Hey everyone, I have a bit of housekeeping for the channel today, so let's just jump right into it. For about a year and a half now, I've had a Patreon active where I've been releasing some occasional exclusive videos, making update posts to let people know what's going on, and reading out the names of supporters at the end of each video. I've also had YouTube channel memberships active for part of that time, with all of the same perks for those who don't want to use Patreon. Until now, I've only had a single Patreon tier available at $5, which includes all perks. It's been going fairly well and steadily growing, but I want to give people more flexibility and options to get perks and help me out financially if they enjoy the channel, but don't quite feel $5 a month is reasonable. So I'm introducing a new tier of membership at $2 a month on both platforms. This tier will include access to the exclusive videos, the members-only update posts, and getting your name featured at the end of videos in text, but not read aloud. With the addition of this new tier, I want those who are already pledging $5 a month or more to feel like they're getting additional perks, so those pledging at that tier will now also be getting access to all videos, not just the member-exclusive ones, 1 week early, as well as all of the perks which I've already been offering. For those who do not want to subscribe in any form, I'm also going to start selling those exclusive videos piecemeal at $3 each. Obviously, this is more expensive than the $2 tier, so it's really just meant for people who don't feel comfortable setting up a recurring payment. I was originally planning to set the videos lower than $3, but $3 is literally the lowest price Patreon will let me sell them to you for. So if you only want to hear me talk about, say, the visual novel Scarlet Hollow by the creators of Slay the Princess, the surprisingly good mascot horror game My Friendly Neighborhood, or the Elusive Target and Elusive Target arcade modes in the Hitman World of Assassination games, you will now be able to purchase those videos individually on Patreon. In addition to all of this, I'm introducing my first stretch goal for the Patreon. I'm currently receiving somewhere around $150 a month between the two platforms, and if we can boost that number up to $300 a month, again between both sites, I am going to make a video covering the games Pathologic and Pathologic 2, which will be available on the main channel. I've been wanting to cover the Pathologic games for a while now, but they are infamously brutal and crunchy, and I've never even managed to beat the first game, though I have beaten the second, so covering them would be a pretty major project. With Pathologic 3 having been recently announced, this feels like the right time, but it would be such an involved project that in order to be able to afford to spend the time required to do that video right, I will need a slightly more stable source of income from the channel. I also want to say that I will be listening to feedback about this Patreon restructure, and if any supporters want to comment with their feedback either here or by DMing me on Patreon, I will be listening. While I do offer some exclusive videos on the Patreon, and I will continue to make more, they don't come as frequently as I would like, which is part of why I'm introducing a lower tier of membership. I hope that those who choose to support the channel with real money are doing it primarily because they want to enable me to make content, and the support I get on Patreon has directly allowed me to upgrade equipment, buy slightly expensive games that I want to cover for the channel like Drakengard 3, and replace things that have broken. This past November, I was almost simultaneously hit by the storage drive on my desktop, where I keep all of my gaming footage, going bad, and the laptop I use to record audio dying, and literally the only reason I was able to replace both immediately and save the gameplay footage I had on that drive before it was permanently lost was because of the money I'm making through the direct support of memberships. It really does make a huge difference. I also want to make it clear that subscribing for a month, watching all of the exclusive videos that I have made, and then unsubscribing for a year or more until there's another backlog of videos you want to see is built into the model. I am expecting some number of people to do that. I've heard some people voice concerns, not necessarily about my own Patreon, but about Patreons they subscribe to in general, that a creator is going to be offended if you do that, and that's not the case. If you have social anxiety about doing that, please don't. I appreciate any direct support given, including a single month's membership. And I have Patreons which I do that with myself. That's all I've got to announce today. I've got a few videos in the works right now, including another supporter exclusive video, so look forward to those. It feels very weird to put supporter credits at the end of this video, but that's one of the perks, so I'd like to give a special thanks to all of my existing Patreon supporters and YouTube channel members. A. Delator, Panosny Koriznik, Pizza Requiem, Rules in Place, Mari SQZ, Raxarox, Mikaru X, Unhealthy Caillou, Sir Darkon, Rachel Aurelia, Mouse V, Jomfo, Maxine, Lieria, Theodore Divini, Noah Phoenix, The Smallest Church in Wienerville, Gassan Abenura, Patrizia Frabetti, Sninkelberg, Ziggy the 31st, Frondi, Yo-Yo Jojo Mojo, Tsai Voa Fehi, Dan Luther, Jose Armalos, William, Cabbage, Rekka, Alex Smith, Picayune, Hakan Boyam, Pete Lee, Shiny Empty Head, That's All, Bell Mage, and Malachi Murphy. The next video, which I'm working on right now, is going to be a weird one, so look forward to that coming by the end of the month, and I've got a huge secret project in the works coming soon as well. So whether you support the channel directly or not, thank you so much, and stay tuned.